I'm recording. Nobody's on right now, but I know as soon as I hit go live, it starts recording. And as y'all can see, I'm out here in this cold weather. And it's beautiful, though. It's a beautiful day. I just needed to get a walk in. So much going on. So if you are watching this playback, go ahead and drop where you're from because I'm excited. Tell me where you're from. And if you are a new watcher, go ahead and hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell. Yeah, it's one of them videos. I haven't did a walk with me in a while, but I'm super excited about this walk with me. I was looking at my algorithms, and I saw that most of my watchers are watching me in the midday. So today I decided to go ahead and jump on a live midday. I don't want to be long. I'm in between appointments, but I said, let me get my walk in. So much is going on. So I'm here to share with you, as you can see by the title, intentions versus goal setting. Intentions versus goal setting. We are getting ready to tap into 2025. As y'all can see, a lot going on in the news, a lot going on, a lot of shaking up. And one thing that I learned as a kid, now y'all got to remember, I'm not religious. I really don't participate in religious rituals and ceremonies like I used to be forced to as a kid, having to sit in church Sunday through Sunday, sometimes twice a day, being a bishop's granddaughter and a pastor's daughter and all that. I don't sit in church, but one thing I know that they taught us when I was a kid, that, the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. So if you just stay doing what you're supposed to be doing and you doing it the right way, the righteous way, let me tell you, you're about to hit your win. Can't nobody take it from you. Let these people who keep falling and messing up, let them mess up. Let them not get their stuff together. Let them keep playing like don't nobody got to pay dues for everything that they do and say and who they do and say it to. Let them keep acting like they don't owe nobody. Because guess what? When it's time to pay, it's time to pay. But that's not what the point of the video is. The point of the video today is about setting your intentions versus setting goals. And many of us get into the new year talking about, I'm going to do this as my resolution, which means I'm going to do this as my goal. And they get to doing it and it fails within, the first 6 weeks, the first 3 months. You can't even get out the first quarter of the year with your goal intact because you are taking the wrong approach. And as y'all know, my channel, we really do focus on dealing with your emotions, regulating yourself. We also deal with setting intentions, setting goals. We also deal with how are you mindful about what you got going on? How are you looking at it? What vantage points are you taking? So I want to get into a few things because, like I said, I don't have a lot of time. I'm in between appointments. So why do you want to be more intentional than a goal setter? When I got into really working on not only having my business thrive and having my life transform, a few things that I really got trained on by a mentor. And they said, you need to know your why. You need to know your why forward, backward, inside and out. Because in the event somebody walks up to you and say, how can I help you? You know every phase of every bit of your why. Meaning, if you need a financial change, you know every bit of your why. If you need a mindset change, you know every bit of your why. If you need to partner up and network with the right people, you need to know how to say that by knowing your why, how to express yourself. Because your why is your feelings. Your why is how do you feel about what it is that you want to obtain. I'm sorry if the wind is hitting you, but y'all got to know what. It's a beautiful day, baby. And if you just catching it, hey y'all, come on in and say hey. Come on in. I feel good today. Y'all can see I lost some weight. I've been fasting, getting my walk on, exercise on. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Say hey. Don't be scared. But what I'm saying to you is you need to know every facet of your why. Why do you do what you do? And to get to your goal and to make sure you never miss any milestone, any bit of the timeline, any interactions, because you know people coming for you. The people you're supposed to meet, you're going to meet them. The things you're supposed to be doing, you're going to do it. You need to know why you're doing it at all points. That's how you become so successful at every bit of a target, okay? You know how to hit every target. I'm going to turn around for you. You know how to hit every target because you know what your intentions are. Here's another thing. When you know your intentions, it doesn't matter what the goal is. You will stay in the feeling of what it is you want to accomplish. So let me just talk about it in the most simplified terms that most people understand. You know, a lot of people set New Year's resolutions saying, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to take my behind to the gym. I'm going to do it every single day. I'm going to do it 3 to 4 times a week. I'm not going to miss. Then after you get started, you say, oh, but I'm tired. Oh, but I got something to do. Oh, Here's what happens. You got focused on the goal. The goal, the objective is you're going to get up every single day at a certain time and do a certain amount of minutes in the gym. But when you get focused on the intentions of it, I'm going to feel my most healthiest self. I'm going to change my mindset and how I approach how I feed myself. I'm going to change who I surround myself with. So when it is time to have leisure time where I'm kicking it with my friends, I have the intentions of staying healthy. I can't get deterred. Your ability to get distracted becomes so minimized when you're focused on your intentions instead of your goal. And that's called a thought behavior cycle, a thought action cycle. Your thoughts can influence your actions. Your thought is the intention, how you see yourself. And you have to see yourself from the end to get started in the beginning. Your ultimate outcome is I want to feel my most healthiest self. Because what happens if you do get in the gym and you don't lose the weight you want to lose? What happens when you do start getting more money from your job? You didn't start hitting the bonuses. You didn't start getting all the extras, but you don't know how to budget, invest, save. You don't know what to do with it. So you don't never break out of the rut of financial struggle until you get that point of I can see it from the end to reverse engineer it for the beginning. Then you can understand why, what are your intentions. So I'm going to give you an exercise. Y'all know I do that. Today, what you want to do is look at not only your goal, but look at your intention. And you need to go 7 layers deep. What does that mean, Latoria? Go 7 layers deep into your intention. So we don't want to talk about the goal because the goal can be ever changing. Today, your goal may be, I just need to lose 30 pounds. Tomorrow, if you're doing it right, your goal has shifted. But if you get into what is my intention is to have a healthy vessel. My intention is to be financially savvy and to be financially healthy. My intention is to have a healthy relationship. It's same as everybody wants my girl, my wife, my girl. But they don't know how to be a wife to the man. They don't know how to be a man to the woman that they ultimately want. So you can get your goal, but you may not know how to maintain it. You may not know how to sustain yourself in it. You may not know how to even be around other people. So temptation comes, you fall off, you get distracted, overwhelmed. Sorry about that wind. That's all right. I turn around. Ooh, y'all see the sunshine is beaming. Hey, baby. With that being said, when you have your intentions in alignment, you then have energetic and emotional alignment. That means that thought action cycle that you're in, your emotions and your energy is always going to be in alignment with the intention, which brings you to awareness of yourself. You have to know who you are. You have to know not only who you are in good days and know who you are on bad days because so many things can happen to you. You can be triggered. You can be harboring energy that you forgot you had. But if you're only focused on the goal and not the intention, Every little thing can get you thrown off. Every little thing, because your energy and your emotions aren't in alignment with the intention. Come on, I know. I'm talking to somebody. I don't, I'm talking to myself. I am telling you, in order to have the most amazing, not only 2025, I don't even want to set you up for failure, the most amazing life ever. I mean, you're going to get everything you came for, everything you thought you lost, everything you thought was taken from you. You're going to get it back even better. Here's why: your approach. Your approach has to be so clear. You have to be so clear on who you are. You have to have self awareness, situational awareness, and you need to have energetic awareness. That means not only you're aware of yourself in and out of seasons, you're aware of yourself in and out of circumstances. You're aware of yourself in and out of relationships. No one can tell you who you are ever. You know who you are because you have set your intentions by going 7 layers deep. Are you following? Are you? Hey. How you doing? How you doing, Elvira? How you doing? Go ahead and drop the question if you have any questions for me. I only have a little bit of time. I'm getting my walk in today, and I'm sharing with you how to change your mind. What makes the difference between a home that, let's say it like this. Let's say there's two homes, right? And both of the homes are well lived in. Both of the homes are places where people reside, okay? But what makes a home appear better than another home? The intentions, the landscaping that someone says when they pull up in their yard, they don't even have to get in the house to know that that's their house. It's how they feel in their yard. This is you landscaping your mind. This is you taking the approach of, I know what I can do. I know what I have potential to do, but I'm setting the tone so that I actually do it. I'm setting the tone so that when I pull up to that thing that's really mine, it's mine because I know from everything from the outside, it speaks to me because I set it up that way. This is you in your life. You don't have to have it yet because don't you know that it's the processes and the progress that you make that actually make the journey the most amazing journey ever? It's not when you get there. Here's an example. As you can see, I'm a basketball mom. My son is hardcore basketball, okay? And everybody's goal is to be the championship ring wearing teammate, meaning I did my thing on that court and I was not denied, right? Everybody wants to be the champion, but nobody wants to do the champion's work. Nobody's got the champion work ethic. And so if you don't have a champion work ethic, you don't get to the destination. And so the beauty is in the progress and the processes that you take to get to the championship. Meaning, Kobe Bryant was the best player ever. Not because when he got on TV, he could show out. He was the best player ever because he had work ethic that no one else had. He was willing to show up for himself when he didn't have to. He didn't have to show up for Shaq. He didn't have to show up for Fox. He didn't have to show up for them. He had to show up for himself. And he had to get the game in here before he could put the game on for us, right? He had to know what's the pick and roll. He had to know who's going to be open because everybody knows their play already. And it's just you have to set the intentions before the game even starts. So how do you get into your 2025? You dig deep into your intentions. You dig deep into your why. You dig deep into what energy state do I need to be in. You dig deep into what emotional states do I need to be in. You create resilience. You create resilience for yourself. Now, let me calm down. Let me calm down because I only got a little bit of time. So I want to share something with you. So I got a guy out in South Africa who works on my SEOs, right? For my website, for my business, for my YouTube. And I had hit a little low in my views and all of that. And I'm cool with that. I don't get on here to impress nobody, so it don't bother me. You know, I had some videos go viral. It's cool. But I did that on my own. But with that being said, he says, what are you doing? I said, putting up shorts. He said, why are you still putting up shorts? Didn't I tell you to do long videos? And I said, well, don't nobody really watch my videos. Do the long videos. So I'm telling you now why I'm doing the long videos, right? So I had gotten to this place of where I can't really say fear of failure, but I had doubt. I had doubt in who's watching my stuff because the algorithm be playing with your girl. It do. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to send YouTube a couple of messages and say, what y'all doing over there? Because y'all playing with me. And I'm just saying, I had to send a few messages. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna calm down because I'm breathing hard. But what I'm trying to say is, I got into this place of, is it really gonna happen? But what I found out is when I go through the comments, who I'm supposed to reach, I reach. So I really don't care. I really don't care how many people watch these videos. I just want to make sure that the content is understandable. Because if you can get to the point where you understand what I'm saying in its fullness, meaning you are being mindful of what you do every single day. You're setting the tone in your intentions. At night, you have a journal, you have a workbook. At night, you are prioritizing what you need to do for the next day. At night, you are analyzing the day you just had. You find out where your energy highs and your energy lows were at. You know tomorrow that because you had a high today when you were productive and you want to keep that productivity level going, you know that tomorrow you need to have certain things that you need to accomplish that's intentional. You need to have certain things that you need to have in place so it feeds you. Now, with that being said, some things that feed you aren't what you think they're going to be. I get high off of making coffee in the morning. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I get excited about my creamers. I get excited about the different the different flavors of coffee. For me, that gives me excitement. Somebody else, they may not think that. They may not think that. They might get excited just because they walked in the bathroom and they brush their teeth and they're looking in the mirror and they're saying their affirmations. You need to find where your energy highs are at, and you need to do it every single day and not miss a beat because that's a part of your intentions, right? Keep going. You need to find where your energy lows are. What sucks the life out of you? When you have to ask somebody to do something 2 or 3 times and then you get overwhelmed because you found yourself taking on extra tasks that you thought someone else could do, that means you need to change your expectations. You need to find out where your energy vampires are. You need to find out where your emotional triggers are so that you can get yourself to the frequency that you need so that you stay moving in the way that's always in an upward trajectory. Are you guys following? Whew. All right, I see you, Crystal. I see you, baby. How do you clear negative energy from yourself as well as keep yourself in a positive intentions? It's very simple. I need you guys to understand something. And I forgive me because I don't know your circumstances, but I really don't need to. Okay? She says, how do you keep yourself in a positive energy and keep away from basically keep away from negative energy and stay in a high frequency? Here's the thing. You need to know who you are. You need self-awareness. You need to know what it is that you think about repeatedly every single day that feeds you. Now, with that being said, what feeds you may not be good. What feeds you may be the negative. So then when you come in contact with the negative, you know how it says misery loves company? You get more of that. What you focus on, you get more of that. So what you need to do is find yourself a pen and pad every single night. I promise you, you won't fail with this one. Okay? Get yourself a journal, a pen and pad every single night. You need to feed yourself. You need to feed yourself, feed your subconscious mind before you go to sleep. Because when you go to sleep and you turn your brain off, you want your brain to stay in a positive, high flying frequency. Here's the thing. If you were to die tonight, okay, and you're carrying around negative energy from your day, your death would be miserable to you. You would get stuck in your subconscious mind. So at night, you need to release everything that bothered you. Write it out. I did not like this. I do not like that I have dishes in my freaking sink. I do not like that these kids were tearing up my house. I do not like this. I do not like that. I do not like that I had to tell my coworker, quit talking to me like that. I do not like this. I do not like that. Right? You're bringing awareness to the negative energy. But the trick of it is you need to flip it. There's a powerful thing that we can do, which is called transmutation. Transmutation is when you can look at something, even for this in the state that it is. I'm gonna get a little deep because you guys know I'm a community psychologist. I work with people who've had trauma. So when I say things, trigger warning. Okay. Someone may say, I've been I've been Ard, right? We see this on the news all day, all night now. I've been M'd, I've been R'd, right? If you stay in the energy of it, you keep giving your energy away to the vampire that preyed on you. So you have to cut it off. You have to cut the spiritual tie of it off by giving yourself your power back. You reclaim your energy, you reclaim your emotions by bringing awareness to, I don't like this. It makes me feel this way. And I choose to claim this back for myself. So I claim my positive state of being back. So even though this happened, even though I see it, I claim this for me. And I'm seeking help. If you got to seek help from God, universe, source, your ancestors, you got to call a friend or a family member. You find someone to help you get back into that positive state. And again, you journal it out. Well, I don't like I have dishes in the sink, but I'm sure glad I got dishes. And I'm sure glad I got a sink. Matter of fact, I'm glad I have a home. I'm glad I got a place I can get away from someone else or get away from these things. I have a place of retreat. I have my own spot. So you have to take it and transmute it. Flip that thing, but journal it. Get it out of your system. Let your subconscious mind release it. Don't hold on to that. Or if you have issues with writing it down, you might need to go get therapy. Now, again, as a psychologist, I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm saying that in realness. Sometimes you need to auditorily hear yourself say something and be like, I don't like that. I have resistance to that. I don't like how that felt. I don't like how I see that. So you need to flip that for yourself by speaking it out loud so that you can hear it back. Well, what I heard you say is, and then you have the ability to let your subconscious mind reject that. Hope that helps. Thank you, Dee, for telling me. Like I said, she said that YouTube keeps kicking her off my live. Let me tell y'all something. YouTube be playing with my top, okay? YouTube plays with my algorithm all the time. So I could have a video, if y'all can go see. I have videos. One is like 800,000 views almost. I got one that's like 30,000 views. Then the views start popping off, and then all of a sudden I have one view, two views. So they kick me off, and I think it's because I use certain words that my algorithm is kind of funny. So I talk about everything. So y'all got to forgive me. I got a little ADHD with that. I talk about everything. So they play with me. They play with me with the algorithm. They don't know who I am. They don't know what I'm doing. They can't keep up with me. Let's see. Crystal. Yes, that's right. So you have to be honest with yourself. Crystal, why are you letting people trigger you? Why are you letting circumstances bother you? Especially the ones you can't change. Especially people you can't change. The only person you have control of and the only person that you can actually have any direct influence on is yourself. No one can have that power over you unless you allow it. And if you claim your power back, some people say reclaim your power, reclaim your time, reclaim your thoughts, and put it in a way that serves you, you can't be triggered. One of the videos I posted about a short, I said one of your greatest superpowers is laughter. You ever laughed at some shit? Sorry, excuse me. But you ever laughed at something that somebody was like, well, that's kind of inappropriate. But it's how your mind actually releases. It releases your own level of dopamine, that it boosts your mood. It also boosts your immune system. So it also boosts your clarity and your focus and your creativity. It also helps you to communicate. So sometimes you just gotta laugh some shit off. It ain't to trigger you. It's so that you can be reminded that you can laugh some shit off. I hope that helps. I hope that helps a lot. Because people, if you can get to the point where you're like, well, shit, you ain't gonna bother me. I'm sorry. And I can laugh at it. You ain't gonna bother me. I tell you what, people will be like, what's going on with Crystal? I mean, she used to be pissed off at everything. She used to have just the crankiest little days. And then now, all of a sudden, she just be laughing at stuff. She ain't even bothered them. I really hope so. Because, I used to walk around in this, I had a very stressful job, okay? I still do. Matter of fact, I haven't had any sleep. Let me tell you why. So I work part time at a shelter for children, and they're in emergency care. Okay. And when I say emergency care, that means they are high risk, high level behavior children. Okay. And I was in there so much that every 2 weeks when I got my check, I was pulling in between 160 and 180 hours. Do you hear me? 160 and 180 hours. When I got home, I wanted to go close my door. Don't talk to me. Do not talk to me. Do not make a sound. Do not move suddenly because I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm triggered. Okay. And until I got to the point where I was in Five Below one day and I had saw some hot stones and I was like, oh, I could sure put a stone on my shoulder or my back or my feet or something. And I started reading the pamphlet about massage therapy. And they were like, most massage therapists listen to music that have, frequencies and tones that are calming and soothing. They also have water elements, lights going, all the things that get you centered and grounded. And I said, that sounds like an interesting job. After doing 160 or 280 weeks every 2 weeks, I said, that sounds interesting. And so I called my dad and I was like, hey, I think I might go check out a school to see about being a massage therapist. And he says, you'll never make any money. I, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. He's like, you make so much money now. You'll never make any money doing it like you do it now. Just don't waste your time going back to school. Don't do that. But I was like, he doesn't understand how stressed out I am. That at any given time, I could explode in my own house. And so I told myself, and I made a promise to my son. I said, I don't want to be the mom that other kids give high praises and accolades to. And then to you, I'm the mom from hell. Meaning, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you move. I don't even like going to your games. I don't like doing anything because I want to just go in my room, shut the door, and have all the lights out. And I figured out what were my triggers. And my trigger was I was a people pleaser. I was doing it so that I could sustain a quota. I was doing this so I could sustain, having these people recognizing me in the community, people doing different things. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you know what? I have to live for me. That was 2020 during COVID. I started going back to school, and I realized that I didn't have to please anybody else because at the end of the day, if the one person that I owed everything to, my son, couldn't speak well of me, what did it matter about what anybody else thought? What did it matter about what anybody else said? If I didn't like looking in the mirror at myself, I gained so much weight. If I didn't like who I was, what does it matter that I was making more money? What did it matter? So I did the struggle thing. I said, well, I'm going to cut all my hours. I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to learn something new so I have a different life. And that's what I'm telling you. Sometimes you got to learn something new to have something new. You're going to have to give the old version of you so you can have the new version of you. You're going to have to set some realistic expectations, meaning I can't show up like that anymore. But in order for me to show up in the way that I want to, the things that are triggering me, the things that are hindering me, the relationships, some of them got to go because they're not purposeful anymore. And they're not going to be purposeful in my new year. They're not going to be purposeful in my new life. They're not going to be purposeful in my new role. And I need to see who I am first. So I saw it from the end. And so I said, like, okay, so I'm gonna stop being, basically the house psychologist. I'm gonna quit trying to bring harmony. That was my big thing. We're gonna be harmonious in here because I'm a singer. I like to sing. So harmonies are big deals, right? Can't be out of tune. Can't be off my kilter here. And I said to myself, okay, how do I harmonize with the new version of myself? That means I had to let go of the old notes, the things that I did to unwind. So let me tell you, I don't mind being transparent. I would leave that shelter, child. Let me tell you, I went from wine to cognac. I had to go from wine to cognac Because, baby, let me tell you, them kids are stressing me out. And even today, I still work with the kids. But I had to take a new approach. The Miss Tori they get today is not the Miss Tori that they were getting in 2020. The Miss Tori that they get today is not bothered about them cussing and fussing. The Miss Tori today is not worried that you don't want to get out of bed and that you're going to throw a fit. The Miss Tori today ain't going to be bothered. You know why? Because I had to take a new approach and I put myself in a new environment. And I had to realize not only did I need to be self aware, I needed to be situationally aware, and I needed to be emotionally resilient. I had to be emotionally aware. I couldn't let someone bring me out of my element knowing full and well who I am. And so I share that with you to have the most amazing intentions so that you hit every single goal, okay? Every single timeline that you need to be in and every single milestone that you need to tap on. In order for you to do that, the only thing that's going to help you do that is having your intentions in the right place. And that is with you being in an energetic and emotional alignment with the thought and action cycles that you need to be in. Are y'all following? It's only a few, y'all, and I appreciate it. I really do. But let's see. I've been going for 30 minutes, y'all. That was fast 30 minutes. Whew. So what I suggest to everybody today is go out there, move your body. Get your energy circulating. Get your blood circulating. Take in some good fresh air if you can. If you got the weather for it, get outside, get in the sunlight, get your vitamin D on, get you some wind in your lungs, some clean, fresh air, get your vascular system working, get your brain all oxygenated, get your lungs all pumping, get your blood flowing with energy. And guess what? Then you go, make sure you have a journal, and you release everything that your subconscious mind has. And some people will start in the basement, okay? Everybody is not on the rooftops singing and dancing. Some people will start in the basement, and that's okay. If you're starting in the basement, that just means you got a house to work on, and you're going to work your way up. That means you're going to start with the things that you've tucked away, the things that you've stored away, the things that's in those dark, little moldy places, the things that aren't getting any sunlight or air. You need to bring them to the surface and deal with it. Don't run from it. Now is the time to deal with it. Because if you want to have a transformational 2025 and have a transformational life, you will have to deal with the things that you have not been trying to deal with. Okay? You're going to have to deal with that basement level stinking thinking so that you can get to the rooftop and work your way up. The reason why I say it like that is because y'all know, if you've been following my channel for a little bit, I got a testimony to share, and then I'm going to wrap this up. So if anybody's been following me for a while, you know that back in June, the foundation of my house, it buckled, okay? The foundation of my house buckled after a storm, and my insurance did not want to pay nothing, okay? They didn't want to pay nothing. And so in order for me to repair the basement, I would have been out between $50,000 and $80,000, in which a mortgage company did not want to refinance me for, because my insurance company did not want to put any money up, and it was a foundational problem. It's not like I was trying to fix my roof or add on a bedroom or anything. It was the structural issues to the house. And so I couldn't get any loan. And they said, hey, the only thing I can tell you is go find somebody to get a personal loan from. And I was like, personal loan? Y'all playing. Because if I get a personal loan from anybody, it ain't for that house. So anywho, I waited and I waited and I waited. And I was trying to figure out 50 million different ways to get to Z, okay? Which was, how do I fix this house? Okay? How do I fix this house? How do I get out of this basement with a flat foundation? This is my analogy for y'all, and then I gotta go. How do I get out of this basement? I don't want to repair it. I don't want to be stuck in this house. And what I see myself in is so much better. What I want for myself and my son is so much better. So I found myself living in my parents' house from July to now, okay? So I finally decided to put my house on the market last month. My house got sold in 24 hours. The house sold in 24 hours. What I asked for, had I known what I asked for, they were willing to go over $15,000, okay? They were willing to go over what I asked for, irregardless of the basement being damaged. Meaning, You don't lose value just because you've tucked stuff away in your storage. You don't lose value just because you got triggers. You don't lose value. You do lose value when you don't know how to control your energy and your mind state and be mindful and aware of yourself. You do lose energy that way. So what happened? I got the house sold a week later, which was last week, a few days, last week and a few days, put it like that, about 10 days ago. They said, hey, will you move out of the house faster? Wait a minute, hold on. So first of all, you're gonna offer me, without me knowing, y'all offered me more money than I asked for. Now y'all want me out the house faster. I think I'm gonna need some more money. And they were like, wait. We'll just wait till the closing. And I said, yeah, I thought so, because I got to figure out what I'm doing all this stuff. So anyway, here's what I want to tell you. Just because you have triggers and your basement level thinking has a cracked foundation, it doesn't mean you don't have value. It doesn't mean the things that you need to do and the things that are coming for you don't have a purpose and don't have way and means to getting to you. It's a matter of you shifting your mindset to see the value of what you really have and knowing how to use it. Meaning you can have had traumas. You can have had circumstances that have happened to you that you don't understand the why and the reason to why someone chose to do that to you or why you had to have that experience. But if you can get just enough grip on it to say it happened and I'm okay with it and this is what I'm going to do with it, that's you changing your intentions and that's you leveling up, because then everything after that that comes to you, you don't even understand how valuable it is. Are you following that? You won't even understand how valuable you are until someone else probably shows you or tells you. And you'll say, you mean me? Me? A little girl that was born in Mississippi, that was raised in Kansas, that my English ain't good either, child. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kane. My English ain't that good either, so I hope you can understand me. But with that being said, you're going to get into some places that everything you've seen, everything you went through, every circumstance will be the leveling up that you needed to have and the experiences that you needed to have so that you can see in a way that no one else can see. So you can do things in a way that no one else has ever done. So that you can understand and even share, even with people who don't speak English, or people who are in other countries, or people who are in other industries, or people with other levels of being underserved in different ways. They'll understand you. And then you'll really recognize why you had to go through it. Then you'll understand why you need to set your intention. Then you'll understand that everything purposeful for you is going to happen. And it has to happen. Because ain't nobody like you. I promise you. Sorry if the wind is cutting up. I'm walking back to the vehicle. But nobody's like you. But you got to know what your intentions are for yourself. You got to know how to be mindful. You got to know how to be intentional. You got to know how to have awareness. You got to know how to catch your thought action cycles so that you're having the right thoughts for the right actions at the right time, and you can be consistent at that. You don't have to have fear of doubt. You don't have to have fear of failure. You don't have to have fear of execution. You don't have to have fear of being in rooms, because I promise you those rooms are prepared for you. It's just a matter of you believing in yourself and knowing who you are and getting that work done. All right, I'm back in the car. Ooh, child. I think it's 45 degrees out here. Let me catch my breath. So if y'all didn't watch my last short that I put up, I have been fasting for the last 3 weeks. And I'm doing the 72-hour fast where I fast Sunday nights at 7 p.m. through Wednesday, 7 p.m. That's 72 hours. And the only thing that I have is coconut water and spring water. And I ain't gonna front. Sometimes if I feel a little shaky, I do throw a little splash of juice in there, maybe like 2 ounces, 3 ounces of juice. But for the most part, I've been very consistent. And the reason why I have done that is because food was my hindrance. And with that, I would find myself easily distracted from my goals and being productive. And I tell you what, if you want to get focused, start fasting. Start eliminating things that you don't need in your life. Start stripping away things that are toxic. Start stripping away things that don't serve your purpose, don't serve your goal, don't serve you as, an intention setter. Start stripping away so that when you do get in that environment again, you're not as easily triggered. So, ooh, thank you, D. I think I saw that and I don't know why. Because it was like electrolytes that I think I needed. So sorry. I digress. But anywho, start stripping away things that you don't need. And when you start to approach your new year, when you start to approach yourself from the end for the beginning, you can see the things that you eliminated where you didn't need them, that you can now put things in there that you can use that now serve a purpose. So I do. I love tea. Matter of fact, if you go back in my videos, I used to be a tea girly for some of these companies. Ooh, I'm sweating. I used to be a tea girly for some of these companies that have detoxifying teas. And honey, I just started making my own detoxifying tea. I quit playing with these companies that were trying to steal my money. No shade, respectfully. They was trying to steal my money. I don't even know how else, any other way to say it. Because I don't need to pay $50 for any tea, $60 for no tea. When I can go to the Asian store and get me some dieter's tea and some cloves and some ginger and some cinnamon, green tea, whatever. I can make it myself, and I ain't gotta have nobody robbing me. I get it. I get it. I get the purpose of it to build a team and all that, but I don't need nobody stealing from me. Anywho, I will get on here again another day. I thank you guys for walking with me. I really do. It has been a minute since I did a walk, just because the weather has changed, but I appreciate y'all. I really do. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you guys for making comments. Thank you guys for just sharing and exchanging your stories with me. Some people do share some personal stuff in the comments, and I really do respect your time. I really do respect everything that you share with me, and it gives me motivation. It gives me clarity as to why I keep doing this because you guys feed me just like I hope I'm feeding you guys. So um, thank you, Crystal. You guys have an amazing Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? Is that right? Yep. See, I haven't been asleep. Y'all have an amazing Tuesday. I actually will try to get on here again tomorrow. But if not, y'all catch me on the flip side. Peace.